Any last minute discussions you guys want to go over?
We took the time to look through the cave, right?
Yeah, you guys looked around basically all of the cave here. The only thing that you didn't do was go through the others, but those are going to be handled by everybody else.
Copy.
Athos was not here at the end when you guys were looking over at the weird ice altar thing. But, that's about... I think that was that. Like, I'm pretty sure, Nick, you were here for the most part, until the very end there. Yeah. I also don't remember when Color had to leave.
Was this the place where we found the vial of blood, the 4 scrolls of cure light wounds, the bardiche,
Yep.
stone plate, rhyme shaper gloves?
Yes, the loot was the other thing that you guys wouldn't have been there for. Also, I should clarify, it is large masterwork stone plate, because it was worn by the ogre.
Got it.
Yep, that's that. Yes, so if anyone wants to investigate anything, you're welcome to. Some new eyes on it might be helpful, who knows?
I know that there is a chest when we came in as well.
Yes, there was. No one tried to open that in the middle of combat, thankfully.
No, that was not as high on our list of priorities.
Yeah, getting hit by ogre bats is probably a bit more of a scary thing to deal with. Yeah.
Stretch, huh?
Do we need to, like, I don't know, take back any proof of all of these deaths, or is Hawk's word going to be enough?
Hawk's word is enough. Also, the other caves are no more than 100 feet away. They can just come over and check if they really need to.
Okay. I get the feeling we took the harder cave. She says, looking down at her many stab wounds. By the way, I do have to say I appreciate, I think, Lynn and Athos for healing me
Yeah.
from my 1 hit point.
Oh,
So thank you
boy.
very much.
Alright. Lynn, you're looking over at the random chest that's just kind of sitting there in the corner. Alright.
Traps on it. I don't want to like blow myself up trying to open it.
Give me a perception check. You're fairly certain that this chest is not trapped.
Is it locked?
Is there any
Looks like I just
magic?
tried to open it.
Is there any magic coming from it?
There is no magic coming over it. I'm sorry, what was that last one, Lynn?
I'm just gonna try to open it.
Alright, it opens. There's no lock or anything on it. It's just a chest sitting over in the corner.
Cool.
So, inside, you can cast Detect Magic. It won't do anything. Like, there's stuff in here that's magical, but it doesn't seem to actually carry any powers to it. It seems like some of the stuff was just infused with the essence of magic without actually accomplishing anything. Inside the chest, there are numerous, what look to be keys. Almost all of them are broken in half, and that seems to be radiating some kind of magic. Beyond that, there's a few other minor trinkets, some jewelry of varying varieties. A lot of it is crushed and poorly handled by the ogre's brute strength. Though there is certainly some salvageable stuff in here. And I'm just going to get up the loot list for that. The actual useful loot. Anyone who wants to can give me a spellcraft check for the magical key kind of stuff.
Anybody who wants to. Hey.
Alrighty. Alrighty. None from that. And it is. Alright, so for the magical stuff, what you can tell about them is these were originally infused with the spell Greater Magic Aura, which doesn't actually do anything other than make items detect as magical. It has quite a lingering duration. So, detect magic will simply identify them as magical. It doesn't seem like it's being used to try and deceive anybody. It seems like someone was trying to mold this into some shape or form in order to... You're not really sure what they were trying to do, but they were trying to make these some kind of magical copy, perhaps. The items themselves are worthless. They're just infused with magic for a temporary amount of time. Beyond that, you guys do find inside a few gems. So we have... and we'll just check this out, because... Alright, anyone who wants to can do appraise checks on the random gems that are just sitting there and the brooch. And in total you find 136 silver pieces, a wonderful, everyone loves 890 copper, and 24 gold.
Do we want to split that or put it all into the party funds?
Lynn just wants the shiny stuff.
Okay.
Alright.
I think we can split it.
Okay. Do we have... Oh, there it is. Thank you, Math.
Alright, so Athos, on the appraise for the Aquamarine, you can tell this thing's worth about 150 gold. It's quite fine quality. Oh, you get it, but no one else really gets the value of it. Can I get another one for the... one for each of them, basically. Alright. The blue quartz doesn't look to be anywhere near as valuable, but it could make a nice little pretty centerpiece. It's worth 10 gold. And the coral brooch is worth 95 gold. Alrighty. Oh, and if anyone really wants the extra loot, they can go ahead and they can take the ogre's great clubs.
Oh, okay. Maybe we could throw that onto a horse. Maybe I don't know.
If you really want to wield trees at people, I don't know.
Yeah, I did divide up all of the what should be the quantities for everything in the loot screen. There is one copper piece that would go to the party funds if we care.
All right.
Oh yeah, that's like 1/4 of a way to a drink for everybody. Oh goodness. Alright. If you do care about one copper piece so much, you could also take the disgusting, greasy hide armor that all of the ogres have been wearing. Strip it off them.
Oh, look, a penny on the ground.
Hey man, large hide armor is worth 15 gold pieces. Sorry, yeah, sold. Once cleaned up.
How much does it weigh?
Uh,
1 to 10 ratio that I use in Skyrim.
It weighs 50 pounds. These guys wear... it's a lot of hide that they're being covered in.
That's gonna be a no for me.
I'm good.
Alright. Well, unless you guys want to do any more looking around in here, then you're welcome to move on out.
Did anybody have their eyes on the Rhyme Shaper gloves?
You can see what they do.
They're pretty
in loot.
cool.
Yeah. Cool is definitely the right adjective to use.
Right. I am willing to take them, but I did take the last magic item, so I wanted to, like, you know, let someone else take them first if someone was wanting them.
I don't think I'll use them.
Does anybody already have cold resistance out of curiosity?
I don't think I have any resistance.
I'm pretty sure the other one has resistance to anything in the party.
Except you.
Yeah. That's why I was... It gives you cold resistance 5, so... I mean, I'll take them, don't get me wrong. I'm just, again, I don't want to be that person.
I think I got enough stuff, so feel free.
Okay. Cattell, did you have your eyes on these, maybe?
No, be my guest.
Okay.
Alright. And thus Nvidia continues to be the loot suck.
Aw, I'm not trying to be.
I take the magic, I take the shinies. We're all happy.
Exactly.
Were there any
right.
intact keys?
Oh, yeah, there's a few intact keys. But you don't know what they're for. You can hold on to them if you'd like.
They're shiny.
Alright, cool. Some of them are shiny. Some of them even have this, like, nice bluey sheen over them.
Ooh.
Mmm. Alright. There is... Oh, God. Roll me a D percentile.
Where did my roll 20 go? I have too many tabs open.
Oh, no. You fool. Alright. There are 23 intact keys. Would you also like the 50 broken ones?
No.
You're fairly certain, based on what you know about ogres, that these could probably fit into some of the destroyed houses of the places you've walked past.
That's true.
You're also pretty sure that all this copper and whatnot is from their houses as well. But you know, you take what you get. Could steal a house and find a place to live. Who knows?
Steal a house.
Yeah,
Steal the house.
the inhabitants are dead. What's it matter?
Would you download a house?
Yeah. 3D printing says yes. Alrighty. We'll chuck you back to the world map for now, but we'll go. You guys will be heading out to talk to everybody else, I presume.
If they're alive.
I'm sure they're fine.
You say that, but you all emerge from the cave mostly unharmed, thanks to the power of healing magic. And outside, you can see Reichel just kind of carrying an ogre corpse behind him. Looks kind of similar to one of the ones you dealt with. Not the one of the Bardachet, but the one that was throwing rocks at people.
The pale one?
Yes, the pale one. Behind him are some of his followers slash bandits slash other ogre picken that are carrying the bodies of their comrades who look to have been brutally bludgeoned to death. You haven't seen anything from Harumi yet, though.
Harumi went into the other cave, right? Is any of that group coming out yet?
None of them have come out yet, no.
Oh no. Should we go check on Harumi? Apparently Riker already took care of the other cave, and nobody's come out of that one.
I mean, they might need help.
Right?
Yeah, we
A
can
little
go
worried.
check it out.
And they might have missed some things that I fall.
Okay. Well, let's double check with Riker. Riker? What's his name?
Reichel.
Let's check with him first to see maybe if he knows something we don't.
Actually, wait a minute. Does he not have a handout? He should have a handout. He does not have a handout. God damn it. Excuse me for 1 second. It doesn't matter too much right now. We'll just throw his beautiful face up on the screen in a second. Just go find it. Alright, there he is. There you go, in all of his glory.
A small people would fight for.
Exactly.
I mean, he appears to be relatively well liked, right?
Yeah, that's kind of accurate. Also, I forgot. There we go. Sorry, just sorting something out. There we are. Forgot to rejoin his player on the other thing.
Michael, it appears you met success as well.
Ha! Of course! It was a good fight.
Right. I don't remember if you were the one telling us, but you said that sometimes there's more powerful older ogres that put to get a couple of families together, and that creates a problem. Like the one we're seeing, right?
That's what we've dealt with here. That's what he kicks the one that's lying on the ground. This fucker's all about.
Oh no, I appreciate it because we saw another guy just like him in our cave as well. But then there was another one that was using magic and stuff. You may want to go check that one out. That's probably your leader.
Oh. Huh. You know, that would explain it. This thing here, it's, Frostbloodkin. They have the power of frost giants imbued within them. Something in their heritage.
Yeah, definitely felt very frosty.
More than one, though. That's surprising.
Yeah, and now I'm worried about this other cave that Harumian Company got into. Have you heard anything else from there?
Oh, Ogre screams about their legs being torn apart. The usual. She doesn't get the name Shin Slicer for nothing.
Right. No one's come out yet, though? Should we be worried?
Ah, they'll be fine. If not, just shows where they belong.
I find your leadership skills interesting as usual. We're gonna go check if you don't mind. Is that okay?
Ah, if you really want to, go ahead. I won't stop you. You got other shit to investigate now.
Yeah, okay. Tell us what you find in our cave, and we'll go investigate Harumi's.
Rackle heads off into the cave, taking 2 of the men with him, while the others drag out a few of the dead bodies.
Mm-hmm.
Ogre and humanoid alike. You guys head off to the north cave, and what you can see right near the entrance is a pair of ogre corpses. You don't hear the sounds of any fighting going on in the depot, but nor the sounds of anything really going on there. No one's coming towards you as you enter into the place. It looks relatively similar to the cave you were walking through. But as you can head in deeper if you'd like.
Y'all okay to head in deeper?
Yep.
Alright, let's proceed cautiously.
Alright. You all walk deeper into the cave, and the stench of blood hits you. The bodies in here have been severely harmed. You find the corpse of a Kitsune man off on the side. He's clearly very dead. His chest has been caved in along with his armor. Beside him is the corpse of an ogre that looks far worse for wear. Numerous stab wounds all over the creature. You follow the scent of blood further in, and inside you see Harumi and several of the bandits that came with her. They look bloodied. Harumi looks somewhat injured, but mostly fine. But she is covered in blood that is clearly not her own. The pale yellow-white kind of color from whatever those pale ogres were, it's clearly over her face. And she is still stabbing the corpse of this creature.
Are you doing okay there, Harumi?
As you call out to her, she whips her head around to you, stares daggers for a second, and then calms. I am fine. Just giving these creatures what they deserve.
Evidently.
She looks back to it and gives it one stab through the neck. Its head rolling off.
Okay. Well, we just wanted to check in on you since everyone else appears to have finished with their caves. Did you run into any interesting trouble?
This thing, but nothing else. It was no harder than the rest of them. Just larger. No problems on your end, I hope.
Well, we found what we believe to be the whatever leader that these trolls have, something that had some sort of like magic abilities, which is weird for an ogre.
Normally they're far too stupid to manage anything like that.
Evidently not. Some of us nearly died. Luckily we didn't, but some of us did. Won't name any names, but
Cattell standing there completely unharmed. Well, everything turned out relatively fine then.
what's the next step for you now that we've taken care of this?
She looks over at all the ogre picking that are with her. They're clearly looking to her for some kind of guidance here. And she dismisses them and tells them to head outside and take the bodies of their comrades with them. One Drekon fell, as well as one Kitsune. And they take them somberly outside the cave. Well, this leader, he didn't have much on him, save for this. She pulls out some kind of ice sculpture skull thing. It looks like a cow's head made into an ice skull, or some kind of sculpture replica of such a thing. It doesn't melt underneath fire, so I figured I might be able to pawn this off. Maybe from there, I can get a good start.
Definitely. I know you need to find your way out of this. Do you mind if we take a look at the school?
Go ahead.
And Video will take it and then immediately hand it to Cattell.
Should I do like a spellcraft check?
You're welcome to. Appraise also works if you want to try and find out how valuable it is. Alright. This sculpture should be worth somewhere around 600 gold. You're pretty sure it might be worth slightly more if it is magical. Well, you're not too sure.
How close earshot am I from Harumi?
Harumi. Nvidia walked up to take it off, so at most 10 feet. You could walk away if you'd like.
I'm just kind of like gonna whisper a little bit and be like, this is really expensive and we should totally take this.
Lynn is just going to stare at Cattell in utter shock.
Are you surprised though?
She would say that, yeah. That's something I would say.
Also, maybe does it do anything?
Would you like to cast Detect Magic to find out?
I'll do it if nobody else is.
Go ahead.
All yours.
Wrong person to do this, but sure, I'll cast Detect Magic.
Alright, you cast Detect Magic. It is magical. Huzzah! It's not technically a spell or anything on this one, but this... Can you give me a spellcraft check?
No, I can't.
Alright. Len casts Detect Magic. She does not know what it does.
It's hell. Why are you making me? You're just embarrassing me.
Oh boy. There we go. Alright. The DC was only 16, guys, come on!
I'm not. This is not
I know.
Isn't it anything? I immediately roll super low.
Yeah, that's kind of how it goes. Yeah, there you go. Avos, Cattell, you look at this thing and you recognize it seems to have some kind of permanent chill spell over it. It reduces its temperature, so the skull is always cold to the touch. And the ice will never melt, except in extreme circumstances. So this doesn't actually do anything particularly important, but if you were to use it in a hot or cold environment, like wearing it or whatnot, it would make the temperature effectively one step colder. So great in deserts, terrible in blizzards. This would put it at value at about double what you previously thought, though. It'd be about worth 1,200 gold.
Oh,
Ooh.
Herman will look over you guys and just, so valuable then?
Yeah. I mean, honestly, you have a couple choices. You could choose to take it with you, but if you want, we could actually use this on our travels. We can pay you for it.
Well, if you're willing to pay me what it's worth, I'll take it, but...
Well, you know what? No, I don't. I don't. The reason why I don't want to do this is because I wouldn't. I'm going to be quiet.
Lynn's gonna kind of look at everyone and then over at Harumi and say, I think this is a well-earned reward for your work here.
Definitely.
Right. So... you're going to give it back then, or...?
Yeah. Here. I'll hand it back.
Will Cattell let it go?
The player in me wants to bluff. The character would not do it in this situation.
yeah, I feel like I can't really lie. So I'm like, I don't know how to do this.
You could try and lie.
Oh god, no.
You'd be doing this by yourself, potentially, is the other thing.
yeah.
Oh yeah, Athos, you
I
know
might
how
help.
much it's worth. Yeah, you know how much it's worth, Athos. you could help a lie. You could try and keep this for yourself, you know. Just pay it what it's worth, 50 gold.
That was the bluff I was thinking about taking, but I don't think that video would not do that. Not after what she's been. Not after what Harumi's let us know that she's been through.
Well, how much is it worth? Well, at least what I think it was worth.
Oh, you think it's worth 1,200 gold? Sold.
Well, if it's worth around 500 gold.
Alright. She looks over you as you say that. That's quite a fair bit of coin. With
Oh.
that, I could easily get myself and Huck out of here.
Question. So if I want to help with this, but like do it in her favor, could I use diplomacy? Like, would that count?
Are you trying to assist her in figuring out its value?
Oh. Athos, I mean, come on. That's a little bit of a low ball. I feel like she deserves more than that.
Yeah. You can do diplomacy.
Fair point,
for
fair
that,
point.
yeah.
I would say 700.
Well, that should certainly cover a lot of things. You'll give me the gold right now, though, right? Or whatever you have.
Do we have 700 gold between all of us? I'm sure we do.
Yeah, definitely.
Do you want to take it out of the party funds?
Well, let's see. The party funds have. Oh, actually, I can't.
That could be fair.
So, did you guys want to do that?
Yeah, sounds good to me.
Are we okay with it, Lynn?
Luna's just gonna kind of stand there and stare at nothing. I can hear you typing. Who's
Oh.
got that?
Dang it.
Harumi, just in the corner of the screen, Harumi will remember it. Okay. I hope this doesn't come back to bite us. But sure, yeah, 700 gold.
Actually, you know what? Hold on to it for the moment. I'll spend the night back at the camp with everybody else, and then I'll get me and Huck out of there.
Are you gonna need help getting out?
No. I'll have night watch and we'll simply leave. But you earned this celebration as much as everybody else. I think it would be a good time for a send-off.
Okay. Where afterward do you want to meet us then?
Just come with me back to the cave and we can sort it all out there.
Okay, that's fair.
I'm sure Raiko won't mind sharing a bit of gold. Slash, the ale that has been offered.
Okay.
Alright. Anyway, I'm going to get back to the people. This place has mostly been sorted through, so... Right. Harumi just starts walking away, but before she exits the cave, she turns around and just smiles and nods at you guys, then continues to leave.
Okay, well, I feel a little bad, but we're not totally gaming her, right?
I mean, I feel like this is just business. If one is not educated enough to know what they're getting into, that's simply their own fault.
There's a certain privilege in education, though.
There's a certain
In
privilege
the
of casting
sense that
magic.
having it to begin with.
Shouldn't worry too much. We're offering them a very fair price compared to what other merchants might have.
Yeah, that's probably true.
I mean, if I really wanted to, I think I could have squeezed him for 400.
I mean, we could have probably squeezed her for a lot more. I don't know how comfortable I would be, doing it even less. But, I mean, okay, she's more or less agreed to it, so I appreciate you doing as much as you have. Alright, do you guys want to head back?
Is there anywhere else to go?
Up to you guys. You could just not head back to the cave.
Reichel said that he was going to give us a little bit of money, right?
Yeah, he said he'd compensate you fairly.
We'll see what that means. Okay. Well, let's head back to the cave, and maybe we can convince Reichel to be less bandity.
Was that icy altar in the cave that we fought in? I don't know if the sculpture might be related to it.
We could bring it over just in case.
Yeah.
I think there was a skull on the altar as well.
There was. This is, however, a helmet rather than anything else.
This is the helmet?
Effectively, it's a cow's skull sculpture of a helmet, basically, so you can slide it on over your head.
Oh, I definitely thought this was more of just a skull, but okay.
Oh no, that this way it can actually be worn. That's why that was the intention. Sorry.
Got it. No worries. I think I just heard wrong.
It's all good.
Okay.
Can check the VOD to call me out.
No, I believe you. I think I forgot.
No.
All right, then, yeah, Lynn, I think that's actually a really good call. Let's go back over there and see if that does something.
All right, you guys head over back into the cave. Do you want me to throw you on the map again or no?
Sure. I think we may want to ask Reichel if he found anything in his cave too that may be connected somehow.
Reichel, you can see it. He's heading out of the cave as you guys are coming in, basically. Oh, and Hark is off over doing things elsewhere now.
Hey, Reichel, question for you. When you were fighting through the cave over there, did you happen to find anything?
Nah, nothing worthwhile.
Any ice-related objects? We're trying to see if we can, work anything out in regards to maybe finding a source of everything.
That'd be nice, but I'm pretty sure it all melted by now. Somewhere around here. This far north is too hot for ice.
Right, yeah, that's why if there's any ice-related objects, they'd be interesting. So definitely didn't find anything, right?
No.
Okay. Maybe we have to go check back his cave later.
There was a 50-50 on who would actually get which cave out of those two. His cave has nothing interesting. Just a heads up, like...
Thanks for the heads up.
Alright, so you're back over at the icy altar in this corner. The thing that stands out most is that, yes, there is a skull on it with 3 eyes. They're all hollow points in the skull, but there's just this eerie blue glow coming from each of them.
Before we put this helmet on, should we be afraid that we may be summoning something?
I mean, how would we know?
Do you happen to know anything about summoning rituals or stuff like that?
Not particularly.
Do we happen to take conjuration magic from back over here?
There doesn't seem to be any conjuration magic, no.
Alright. Lynn, do you want to do the honors?
Sure. Guess I'll go ahead and put the little helmet just on me or on the skull.
I mean, that one's up to you. Where do you want to put it?
Probably on the skull.
That'd make a lot more sense, I think. Alright, you slot the helmet on top of the skull, and it seems to fit it almost perfectly.
Okay, glaive is out just in case.
No. It seems to stick to the sides of it, encasing the skull perfectly, but it drowns out two of the eyes. Instead, the one on its forehead glows vibrantly, as if it was calling to something. So, what do you do?
What do you want me to do?
Do you have any idea what's going on?
Let's see. Let's rack my brain here. Would this be a spellcraft check?
Sure. No, there we go. Athos, you recognize this as some kind of... This is not a holy altar, that's for certain. You wouldn't be... No, it makes no shock to you there. There's these are ogres. But you can tell that this is some kind of focus going on here. It's missing one last part. Something must be able to be done here, but you're not sure what exactly it is. Something is missing. And it seems like whatever goes in the top there is the key.
I will remember that big ritual things that we got from that wizard, and Rafe will do that.
Alright. From Mangjol. You find unholy texts that he had on him, and they mostly seem to relate to hell. And flipping through, you can recognize this doesn't seem to be related to devils in any way, shape, or form. Even the frozen plane of torment does not seem to associate with what's exactly going on here. The 3-eye motif is something different.
What's this thing over here?
Oh, that's a bloodied club. It was simply used for like
Okay.
combat earlier. Yeah.
Does the 3-eyed motif mean anything to like a specific religion or something?
You're not too sure, but you can give me a knowledge religion check. There are some deities, demon lords and whatnot that have 3 eyes, but nothing specific comes to mind on this matter.
Is there anything we missed in the cave?
Can I do a knowledge check to find out what kind of skull it is?
Sure, that would be knowledge local. This, as you examine it, seems to be the skull of something. It's definitely large. Not maybe an ogre, but no. It looks like a frost giant. But frost giants don't have 3 eyes. Although it matches all the descriptions that you can think of for one. Oh.
Patel, didn't you find a vial of blood on the...
I did. I need to examine it further, though. It might be magical. Let me look at it further. What should I do for that? Like a craft alchemy?
Yep,
Or
craft
blood?
alchemy.
Okay.
You know that this has been some kind of special blood thing, but you aren't sure exactly what it does. What it is. Just that it's something that's being treated very specifically. What you do know is you're fairly certain it's from a magical creature.
Okay.
But just looking at it, you're pretty sure that the amount of blood in here wouldn't be able to fill up the hole, nor would the vial be able to fit in.
Gotcha.
Also, just put you over here. There you go.
Thank you.
Welcome.
Can I try doing my little psychic stuff on the helmet thing?
You can. Something that you also may have forgotten is in that list is literally what Athos was doing. The study of skulls.
The study of skulls.
And what?
One of the random psychic powers that she obtained
Oh.
was it phrenology? Something like that? No, that's not it. Yeah, phrenology. In place of knowledge arcana, you can examine a creature's skull to determine its physiological attributes.
Wow. Well, heck yeah, I'm gonna try that.
Alrighty. It only takes a minute to do, but can you give me a knowledge arcana check?
I'm gonna add inspiration.
Alrighty. So, with that, there are 2 things that you can identify without a doubt, and a third one which you're pretty certain of. This creature was not a frost giant. It's instead something similar in nature. It's the head of a frost oni. It died many years ago, but some kind of corrupted influence still lingers within it. The other thing that you may be able to figure out is it's an oni. This thing was lawful evil. why one would just be here is hard to really figure out.
I'm gonna relay that to everybody else.
Also, sorry, I was incorrect. It's specifically and ice yai.
Yeah.
Yep. And also second. No, that one's correct. Sorry, that's this one. I will type that one out for you actually.
Oh, I was close. I missed the A.
Don't suppose it's a relative to the other Oni we came across.
Maybe.
No, theoretically, it
So do
could
you think we
be.
can
But... Sorry, what was that?
Do you think we? I was gonna say, do you think we can communicate with it? Because wasn't the ogre talking to it when we came in?
You seem to be chanting to it.
Do we remember what the ogre was chanting? Because it's been a minute.
You remember some things. It was all spoken in the giant tongue. And you can remember specifically the words Frost Lord Yatgir. I'm just going to give you that one because it has been 2 weeks since we played.
Yeah, I do apologize. Yeah, for asking.
Nah, it's all good.
There's the Frost Lord. You said Yatgir?
Yatgir. There you go.
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, does that ring any bells?
That doesn't remind you of anything.
Thought so. Okay.
Might be best to ask him personally.
Sure. Hello? Frost Lord Yatgir?
The skull makes no response.
It was worth a shot. I'm wearing the Rhyme Shaper gloves, so can I, like, make a sliver of ice that would fit the hole?
You could.
I'm gonna do that and just see if by inserting ice into the hole, if that does anything.
Alrighty. You form the ice and you stick it inside the open hole. And you start to hear something in your mind. Whispers of something. Speaking softly to you. It's all inaudible, barely able to be heard. But something is trying to reach back.
Oh, guys, I think I'm hearing something. I'm trying to concentrate on it. Is it speaking? It's not speaking common or any language I know.
It seems to be speaking giant.
Yeah, which I unfortunately do not know. Can I make out any of the words and repeat them out, or try to work through them with my linguistics skills?
It's all so quiet, it's almost impossible to comprehend. You feel like there's a lack of power or something here. The round shaper gloves simply don't produce whatever's been going on, and putting two and two together, you remember all the keys from earlier. It seems like they were trying to find whatever would unlock the potential here.
Lynn, I hate to do this to you, but do you have those blue keys, those magic keys on you?
Yeah? What do you want me to do with it?
I'm going to take as many keys as I can, form them into an ice cylinder, and plunge them into this head. Anybody have better ideas? I'm grasping at straws at the moment.
I mean, should we not evaluate our entire
Doesn't
here? What if we're doing something bad and we don't know it?
That's true.
but what if it's cool?
I mean, to Catel's point, I kind of doubt it. I don't think a cool thing would happen. I think at worst we summon some dead, ice guy to come and attack everything. They called it a Frost Lord Yakir. Maybe the best case scenario, one of us has a voice in their head of a angry frosty Oni. I mean, it may be worth the experimentation shot, but...
Doesn't Catel have an icy shard thing? It might work better than the ice that you made.
It's true.
I could attempt it.
I can do it if you don't want to.
Very much be my guest there.
Okay.
It's also a
Are you-
skull,
are you-
so it must have been dead at some time.
Yeah. Are you sure you're okay with that, Lynn, or do you want me or Athos to do it?
I can do it.
Okay.
Alright, so you're going to go ahead and take the other unmelting ice shard off of Catel.
Actually, NVIDIA, could I have these gloves?
Sure. I'll take off the gloves and hand them to Lynn.
Go ahead and slide those on before I do anything.
Yeah, just in case. I don't know. I don't want you to get frostbite.
Yeah. A lot of ice all at once.
Fair.
But first, didn't we have an issue with being able to speak with whatever language you were speaking?
It does seem to be speaking in Giant.
I don't think anyone understands it, do they?
I can drink an extract to comprehend languages.
Okay.
That'll work.
That'll probably mean, though, that Catel needs to do this then.
Am I able to drink the extract and get the benefit from it?
You have
yes.
infusion, you see, yes.
Yes. So,
Okay.
you very much be my guest.
Okay.
Catel palms off responsibility, the safe way.
If I remember correctly, I had one slot that I didn't prepare intentionally, so I'm
Yep.
gonna take a minute to brew and then make comprehend languages, and I'll pass it to Lynn.
15 minutes of prepping. Alrighty. You hand over the extract. Alright, Lynn. So, you're going to go ahead and put the thing in there? Do the thing
Yep.
with the thing? Alrighty.
Do the little thing.
Wearing the round-shaped gloves, you reach out and prepare to put the unmelting ice shard in place. And something strange happens. The room becomes far colder momentarily, and the shard sinks in out of your grasp almost instantly, slamming itself inside the skull. The skull begins to freeze over completely, its face warping and looking something a bit more like this.
Oh no.
Oh boy. Oh, okay.
Glaive is out.
It looks up at you and smiles broadly. The other key has presented itself. You have done fine work. Um, it is saying this in
Hear that or
German.
just me?
Oh, this is ringing out in your mind as well as everybody else's.
Is he speaking in giant though to everybody?
No, it is speaking common.
Oh.
Oh, well.
And by common,
Okay.
I mean whichever language you are most familiar with.
I like to believe that he does it like an ad where like it has multiple translations one after the other.
Yeah.
Well, you're looking mighty cheery.
You have completed an endless search for me. I could not be happier. I thought it was lost, but now you have revealed it to me.
Revealed what?
You know not what you hold.
No, we don't.
No, we don't.
Oh no.
You should leave it there. Save yourselves. Save those you love. For it shall be mine. Reclamation comes.
We've heard that before. Where's my notes?
Very fair. It does seem to be looking over you keenly, watching each one of you. Now, would you care to share the names of yourselves?
I'm Arias.
Very well. If that is all, I have no need for petty lies. You should know I am Frost Lord Yatkir, and you will soon learn of my terror.
This is just like a head, right? Yelling at us.
Yeah, this is just a straight up head just talking to you.
Is it gaining any more of its body while yelling at us?
Nope.
Okay.
Can I pull the ice shard out?
You can if you'd like.
I'm gonna pull the ice shard out.
Alright. You pull the ice shard out, and the ice from the sides of the skull quickly seems to fade, but not before it utters one last thing. I will be seeing you all too soon.
See you later.
Quality evil cackle, I gotta say.
Very good. Loved it.
Oh, thank you. Thank you.
Just some reminded me of some goblins back in from the Empire. Okay. We've heard that term before, though. Reclamation.
Probably. I mean, I don't know if that's actually specifically come up, but do you know what the word reclamation means?
Pretty sure I do.
It's reclaiming something. That's about it.
Is there just multiple people reclaiming things in this little area? Is that
Potentially. Some people, like in Anvisalia, many people trying to reclaim land they believe to be their own, like, sometimes use a false pretense to do things, but It could imply that this might have been his thing, but it's hard to tell.
Okay. Is the skull like bolted to this altar, or can we take the skull with us?
Oh, you can take the skull with you if you'd like.
Cool. Would it be possible to break the skull?
You could try.
I will stop you from breaking the skull.
Do you think so? It seems like a bad thing. I feel like breaking it's a good thing.
Good or evil, you should take care of skeletons and if he is deceased, and offer him a proper burial.
I didn't realize that was probably offensive. I apologize.
No, as long as you understand.
No, I get it. I apologize. I wasn't thinking about where you were. In that case, can we break the keys?
Oh, yeah, sure.
Oh, go ahead.
I kind of want to. Does anybody mind if we break the helmet? It seems like it'd be a good idea, but if anybody,
But it's valuable.
Right. I know.
How intimidating is it?
It looks like moderately intimidating. It's an ice skull helmet, so that's like at least a 5 out of 10 on scare factor.
Are you thinking about getting a new helmet?
Tempted.
This one will show off your beard.
Well, then, if you want that one, maybe we break the other key, the manacles.
Aw.
I mean, I'm sorry, Cattell. Just in case if it's something that needs to be working together, we don't create a situation in which we accidentally, bring back a icy terror to this area,
You mean like you just did?
Right, yeah, and that we now know what it does, thanks to the power of experimentation.
Mm-hmm.
Do you want to do it again?
You
Oh,
could.
God, no.
It's
Right,
an
that's
option,
my
guys.
point. We tried it, it was bad, now we know that we can stop it, potentially.
Anyone who wants to can make me an intelligence check or knowledge arcana. All right. Coronis, with his knowledge of skulls and death, looks over. Master, I do believe that is not dead and being revived. I believe it was simply speaking to us through the skull of a dead comrade.
So the skull belongs to someone different?
I believe so, yes. It seems like it was magic calling to this other one. Perhaps a leader. I am unsure.
So it's going to be like a homing beacon directly where we are. So that you can come get the keys.
Perhaps.
If that is the case, then perhaps we can contact who the skull belongs to, and he might be a bit more receptive to some questions.
Can you contact them?
Speak to the dead?
Well,
I can attempt to do so tomorrow.
though such a spell has a limited amount of time.
Indeed. And limited question. And he might not be very receptive to answering us.
Okay. If we're worried about it being a homing beacon, we can bury the head, like Gathos said, give it proper burial.
Oh, it doesn't seem like the head was the homing beacon. You're fairly certain, Lynn, as you were the one who impaled it in there, that the shard that you used seems to have been the key to all of this. What that means or what it does, you don't really know. Just that the shard seems to be the part that was the key to this. Although the helmet seems to have amplified whatever was going on. The altar was simply more of an altar with the skull relating to the creature at hand. You guys have you all had decent knowledge arcana checks, so you can figure a lot of that stuff out yourselves.
If he's coming for the shard, my thinking is that he just communicated with us right here in this cave. So he knows that as of right now, the shard is in this cave. So if we bury it here, then he's gonna just show up here and take it. So we should probably keep the shard with us. I don't know if we'd be able to destroy it if it's though significant. And I don't know if destroying the skull or anything else would help. But I don't know if we can destroy the shard, then that would probably be our best bet, but I don't know if we can, and we should definitely not leave it in this cave.
Yeah, I definitely agree with that. Well, Cattell, you are the holder of the shard. I think the final decision is probably up to you.
I mean, now that this is essentially a cursed item, I don't really want anything to do with it.
I can hold on to it.
Everyone happy? Let Lynn hold on to the potentially cursed item.
Sure, why not?
As long as you let us know if something happens, then.
Here are your gloves back.
Thank you. I was actually going to say, if you need the gloves to work with the shard, that's understandable too.
Would I?
You're pretty sure that what Nvidia and was doing with the rhyme shaper gloves was exactly what the ogre was doing. It seems to have formed an imperfect copy of what was required. And you guys just happen to have the perfect thing for the situation at hand. The rhyme shaper gloves can help, but that's just in case there's any backlash in what occurs.
So keep them in case of backlash. Got it.
Cold resistance 5 could be helpful. Who knows? But if anyone would like to, they can also go ahead and attempt spellcraft checks on the shard once more, because it's been a while since anyone tried that, and that new potential knowledge has come to light. Alrighty. 23, 29. Alright, Cattell, now that you've handed this thing off, you look over and it's like, that's dangerous. This isn't good. What you recognize about it is something involving the ogre from before. It seems like it can perform a similar action to what he did. The shard, should you be able to cast a level 2 spell into it, will get an additional charge, as it, that it gains charges based on the highest level spell cast into it. And it should be able to forge itself not only into manacles, but a weapon. And you think, from what you know, that it will appear similar to before.
Okay. I'm gonna warn everyone else of that potential danger, and let them do with that what they will.
Meow.
That was Alice.
Cat's got to break up the silence,
Alright. Lynn, if you're okay with that, and Athos, if you want to take the helmet,
Sure.
And then do we want to take the skull somewhere? Bury it somewhere weird?
I would like to speak with it, and then we can bury it.
Okay. Do you want to take it with us, and then we can speak to it on our own time?
Sure.
Okay. We'll pick up the skull, if possible, and put it in the bag.
Yep. The skull comes off the altar pretty easily. It's heavy because it's a large creature's skull, but grab it all the same.
Okay. Alrighty. Is that all for us here, everybody?
Did anybody take the helmet?
I didn't.
I'm good.
Alright, let's head on out and meet up with Reichel.
What do you sound so disappointed with? Alright. You guys head on out. And you head off to meet with Reichel, and he gladly invites you along to join the festivities back at the cave.
Okay, that's very nice of him. I think we will go along with.
Alrighty. You guys head back over to their cavern. Alright. They pull out some of the various crates and whatnot. Also, goodbye. goodbye. And oh yeah, that's that one. All right. Wait, that's the wrong thing. There we go. All right. There is 4 fewer people here this time.
That's sad.
Yep.
I cannot say anything.
Oh, you can't?
Nope. Just
Oh.
worry.
You know what? We'll just do this real quick. Let me know if you're going to kill anybody before in advance. Dynamic lighting off. There you go.
Thank you.
Is a big old cave. Alright. So, Reichel goes off and brings out one of the various barrels that he keeps with him, as well as several bottles of alcohol and a few decks of playing cards and the like. A toast to our most glorious victory in saving more of the Heliolor province from foul ogres. And another toast to some new friends and riches we made along the way. Huzzah! What?
Huzzah.
Zah.
While Reichel seems like completely unfazed, most of the people here are a little bit more somber about the loss of their comrades and the like. Many preferring to just drink a bit more quietly for the time being. Reichel will approach you later on alongside Huck. Alright. So, I must admit, I expected you all to die. But you lived anyway! You proved you belong in the world. So good on you for that.
If it makes you feel better, we'll die one day.
Oh, that's irrelevant. When you're old and weak, that's when you go down. Anyway. What can I do to compensate you, fine lot, for all that you've done? I'm happy to share some of the wealth that we've accumulated over time here.
I'm gonna look at Lynn, Cattell, and Athos, see if they have anything on their minds.
Luke sounds fine.
Lynn, Cattell, anything that you want to ask of our good man here?
I mean, money is always good, right?
Yeah, money is fine.
I agree with my companions. It's usually the best way to go. If you don't mind me asking, what's next for your group now that we've taken care of those ogres?
We'll seek some more out, find them, crush them like the rest. The advantage of living in a cave is that you don't have anything to leave behind.
Where are you moving on towards next?
Oh, who knows? Maybe the other side of this place, head off towards halfway to another province, deal stuff there, then move on again. It's the way of the ogre pickin', cleansing the land of all of ogre kind.
Okay. I mean, that would help the area out a little bit, stabilize it, right?
I don't care for any of that. The way things will go is the way they'll go. We're just doing what we need to do. Paying them back for all they've done to us.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Yeah. If you have any loots or spoils of war, we'd definitely like to take a look at it.
That's why you just said loots.
No, thank you. I'm married. I have a husband and daughter back home. I'm fine.
I was out of character, don't worry.
No, I know. I was just answering in character.
Yeah. Alright, hold on 1 second. Alright. He, oh, this isn't supposed to have music. It was supposed to have lyrics, it's fine. Just keep it nice and quiet. Yes. He will hand over the coinage that he earned inside of the place and just tosses you. There's sold 500 copper here, about 300 silver. And then, pulling out from some of his own pockets, he hands you over 27 platinum and some brews.
Could you write that in loot? I missed some of those numbers.
Oh, good.
It was 500 copper, 300 silver, 27 platinum.
Yep. And now I just need to find this.
Are we splitting this up or all going to party funds?
We can split it up.
Okay.
Alrighty. And he has some alcohol power, some powerful alcohol for you.
Oh boy.
Cattell, would you like to give me a craft alchemy check on what the hell this booze does?
There.
Alrighty. The first one is the Brawler's Brew, which gives you DR1 slashing or piercing for 1 hour, and you ignore pain effects. It causes you to take a -2 to fort saves for the duration, though.
Huh. Okay.
But it is alcohol that's so numbing that it literally stops all pain.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. And the other one, the Fortifying Brew, can I get another craft alchemy?
Also, I'm like trying so hard not to sing along to this song right now.
Alrighty. That's good. The other one is Fortifying Brew. When drunk, it gives you a +2 morale bonus on saves versus fear for an hour. Don't drink more than one of them in 24 hours or you start being very, very sick.
Nice. Just so everybody knows, we each got 125 copper, 75 silver, 6 platinum, and 3 platinum went to the party funds.
125 copper or 1 gold. Yay!
Woo!
Copper is very depressing to look at. But that's the point. But anyway, over time, the mood does seem to lighten up with a few drinks.
Did he happen to have any loot other than booze, or?
Not that he's giving away, no.
Oh, okay, that's fine.
You could try and press him for more if you really want.
I don't know. I took a beating today.
You could always just try and take his large great club. I'm sure that'll go well.
I don't know if I think I'd use a large great club very well.
Wasn't it his dad's anyway?
Yeah, it was.
I don't think he'd appreciate that.
Yeah, probably not.
No, I don't think so.
Anyway, unless you guys want to do anything specific, festivities continue into the evening.
What are we gonna do with Hawk and Harumi? Because Harumi wanted the helmet, remember?
I mean, we'll just give her the money.
Okay, that's right.
I thought that was always a plan. You guys take the helmet and give her the money later on. That way you can make the
That's
profit.
True that. Although, are we gonna sell the helmet now, or?
Maybe.
Okay. Alright. Well, do you want to check in with Harumi and Hawk since they're going to be leaving?
Oh, no one seems to be aware of that.
Right. That's what I was thinking we'd, talk to them before they left.
Hmm.
But keep it on the DL.
Yeah, definitely. Lynn, Athos, you okay with that, or?
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh, good.
Okay, let's go search for Harumi and Hawk, I guess.
She's at the entrance.
Hawk will follow
Right
behind.
there.
Yeah.
Hawk is right here.
Oh, these guys also came inside after Harumi decides to take watch. Now, I assume you guys ask Hawk to follow behind.
Mm-hmm.
They're just surrounded by drunk bandits right now.
He can challenge them all to a drinking contest. He might win.
He will win.
Faith in Athos.
So, what's all this about? What, we doing something?
Well, we just wanted to see you and Harumi off, since Harumi, I know you said you were leaving.
She looks over at Hawk. Hawk, we need to leave. We've done enough fighting for our lives here. I think it'd be best if we left all this behind now. Oh. I don't know. Where will we go? Like, we've been here forever. What will the boss think? What'd he say? He doesn't know. He doesn't need to know. We've lived a life of pain, and now we have a chance to be free of it. We should take this chance while we have it. Hawk looks over to the rest of you guys, just not really knowing what he should be doing, or what's really going on.
Oh, Hawk. In order to send you off with some version of future, we also have a deal that we're going to uphold with you.
Yes. I would appreciate the gold if possible.
Yeah, absolutely. Athos is over there. I suppose we would have gotten the gold from Athos at some point.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah.
No. You can tell them that it was worth more than we expected, and give them 800.
Are you sure?
Yep. It's pretty fun.
Here's 700 gold.
Sure, not going for the 800.
Oh, I thought you said no. When I said, "Are you sure?" You said no. I'm sorry. No.
No.
Okay, then yeah, we'll. We did some more research, and that ice helmet was worth a little bit more. So there's an extra 100 gold in here for the two of you as well.
Hark looks over at it. That's a lot of money. Are you okay to just give this away?
It's for a good purpose.
Oh, okay then. If you say so. Harumi gladly accepts the gold. It may not mean too much to me, but this weapon has served me well in my years of fighting against ogres. It's taken enough of their blood that it ensures more of it will be spilled. I won't need this anymore, so please, take it off my hands. And Harumi hands you her long spear. Alright then. Hark, I don't think there's anything important left in the cave. I packed your blanket.
Oh, Hawk has a blanket.
Hark has a blue blanket. It's the same color as his scales.
That's adorable. We ship them.
I believe it. Believe in the ship.
Believe in the ship. Alright. Thank you. It's been a long time since anyone did anything kind for us. So, thank you for that. I wish you luck in dealing with whatever will happen in the city.
We appreciate it. We hope that we can at least maintain a little bit of stability around here without losing everyone's agency.
I wouldn't trust the mayor if I were you.
Wouldn't trust who? Anybody?
The mayor. Or Wuxian for that
yeah.
matter. But
Yeah, no, I get. Yeah, I hear you. Do you have any dirt on the mayor that we should know about?
well, we're leaving now. You came here with a writ for him, correct?
Oh yeah. But I don't think it's going to be necessary at this point if they're leaving.
It never was. Not for the reasons you may think. But I wish you luck in sorting out this region. And Visalia is always going to have struggles with itself. But maybe we won't have to deal with that in fairer lands. So, I bid you all farewell.
Have a good one. Travel safe.
Harumi hops up on the fox, and Hark follows behind her. Alright then. Bye everyone. I guess maybe we'll see you again sometime.
Yeah, hopefully we'll see you again.
Yeah.
Okay. Bye. And then Harumi just kind of ushers the fox on, and they begin going off into the distance, following the path northeast out of the area. Alrighty. Anyone who would like to can have a look at that long spear if they'd like.
Okay. We doing
Appraise or
detect magic?
spellcraft, yeah. It is magical if you detect magic.
Okay.
Alright, Lynn, you know it's magical.
It exists.
NVIDIA, it is definitely magical.
I concur.
Alright, you can tell it is magical. Alright, now I have to actually check.
It sounded like it was Bane.
I
Yeah,
do that automatically.
yeah, but now you have a weapon that's always Bane. I can tell you do identify. This is a giant Bane long spear.
Ooh, cool. The only thing is that long spear is... I don't think that's a weapon that I can just...
It's not a
use the way
finesse
that I use
weapon,
a
no.
glaive.
Nope.
Yeah.
It is a simple weapon, though, so most of the party can use it.
Yeah. Unfortunately, this is a little bit too... What is the word? Clunky for my tastes, if anybody else would like it.
I'm just gonna look at her bow and the back of the spear. Just not really my type of weapon.
NVIDIA will try to do like a stab with it, but it's like a little too heavy for her, obviously.
The spear weighs 9 pounds, putting NVIDIA into a medium load.
I said what I said.
Yeah. Oh, goodness. For reference, they are... A long spear is just a brace reach weapon, so... But everyone in the party is proficient with it at the very minimum.
Yeah, that's true. I could use it, but I
Yeah.
also won't use it.
Oh, goodness, no. It's way worse for you. But... Cattell and Lynn could use it.
I could use it.
Athos could use it, yeah. It's just not a scythe.
It's not your deity's favorite weapon. Would you be okay using something like this? Or maybe we should sell it for party funds?
It'll be nice to have an actual weapon, like a farming tool.
I mean, yeah, and I'll hold it out to Athos so he can take it if he likes.
Could be conditionally useful. Unless it's probably... Is it worth a lot?
Sorry?
Would it be worth a lot?
As a giant bane long spear, it's worth about 1,200 gold when sold.
It's worth something.
Yeah, we should probably sell it.
Yeah. Because, I mean, I get Bane for anything that I want, for as long as I'm able to identify it for a couple turns a day, so...
For reference, it applies to anything with the giant subtype, so...
That's pretty broad.
Yeah, so it's basically all giants, including trolls, ogres, true giants, etc. So they still need to be human-like. They're just specifically all. It's just all giants. It's a pretty broad bane, honestly. But you are welcome to sell this heartfelt gift. Are you feeling guilty yet?
A little.
Regardless of what we do or who takes it, Lynn is going to want to like get a few wood shavings off of the side of it so she can just keep a little piece of it with her.
Aw, that's cute. Okay. Anything else we want to do tonight, or we just want to enjoy living for another day?
I'm content.
Sounds good. Let's, I guess, party it up with a bunch of bandits who will be leaving soon.
Alrighty. You guys all have a nice little party and enjoy the celebrations of your victory.
I will try not to drink too much, though, just because we are in a cave with bandits.
I'm sure no one will try and rob you in your sleep. What do you want about?
Yeah, so not drinking too much.
Lynn still won't drink anything at all.
Athos, how many drinks do you consume this evening?
Until I collapse.
Alrighty. How much of it is in drinking contests against the bandits? I just need to know how many of them also pass out.
Oh god.
Is the answer all of them?
Oh my god.
Some there.
That's the one.
There it is. Alrighty. You drink about 6 of the bandits under the table. One of the Dracons manages to emerge victorious before collapsing shortly thereafter. Rackle seems fine. He hasn't stopped drinking the entire evening. That man... you don't know what he's made of other than part ogre. But you're pretty sure you saw him eating another ogre at some point too. Some of the blood, or the pale, yellowy white blood just spilling over his face at some point.
Ew.
Yeah. You're sure he'll be fine. Nothing bad could come of this. Alrighty. But you guys have a pleasant evening, all things considered.
Okay.
And when the next day comes, nothing bad seems to have happened, save for Athos's hangover.
Athos, do you get hangovers?
Yes.
I'm just a little impressed, I guess. Alright, well, what's the next step for us? This group is going to be leaving, which more or less brings a little bit of peace to this area.
I would like to head back to town, take a breather.
Yeah, and then we have where the drop-off point to Wuxian is. And we could also do a little bit more investigation into Frost Lord Yacht Gear as well.
Alrighty. So the plan's just to head out then?
I'll ask I can't remember his name.
Rackle?
Rackle, when they plan on leaving.
Gotta clean up around this place, and then we'll find where we're heading off to. But, we'll see how it all goes. Maybe a month at most.
I mean, that's still kind of a long time.
Gotta gather the people who are out in the fields, get them accustomed, clean up whatever we've left out trap-wise, etc., etc.
I have a question. Now that the ogres are gone, and I say this out of kindness for the people who live in this area, is there any way, since you won't be needing all of the extra resources, that you would stop attacking all of the additional... well, basically just stop robbing and pillaging the trade routes and roads? I understand why you did it, don't get me wrong. I just, since there's not a need anymore, you're all going to be leaving, we're just trying to make life a little bit easier for the people that you have saved due to your amazing actions.
I suppose it could be done for a time. Hold off, live what we've got. I'm sure they'll be grateful people. Yes.
They will be. And we'll say that who did it, too.
Maybe we'll get some free offerings instead.
Right? Exactly.
Well, off you lot head for now. We got business to go to.
We're gonna go.
Alrighty. You guys head on out. So, you're back up over at your little cave. Are you gonna head straight back to Anatharius or somewhere else?
I think we all want to go to Anatharius, correct?
Yep, but before we go, could I just cast Speak with the Dead with the skull?
Yeah, definitely.
And also cast Comprehend Languages.
Alrighty. You cast Speak with Dead upon the head. It seems to stir to life and begin to react. What questions are you going to go ahead and ask it?
Do you know who, so I need to look up his name again. Yatker is.
He is an original. He was not transformed. That's all you get out of that one.
So I'm just going to do a sense mode.
Alright, go ahead. You're fairly certain whatever it said was the truth.
What is this transformation that you speak of?
Those trapped in ice will become perfected.
Is the ice the key?
place is the prison. And that is your 3 questions.
Well, good to know.
I hope this was informative.
We gained some information.
Did you guys have any questions for these speakers call?
No?
I don't think so.
So that's all the questions we could ask, right?
That is all the questions you guys could ask. You only get 1 per 2 cast levels. Technically I gave you the 3rd, but nah.
Yeah. Right then, I will bury the skull then.
Alrighty. You bury the skull of this thing. You feel you have left this very informed of the world.
Could we mark on the map where we buried the skull?
Sure. Let me just move you guys off of there. Alright. You put the skull right there. You'll have to try. Are you going to leave any markers to try and remember it by, or you're just going to try and figure it out?
I'll put a rock near it with some. And carve out on the rock here lies 3-eyed ogre.
Yeah, you can do that. There you go. Alright. And you guys are still there. Alright, so back to Anafarius then. Alrighty. You guys have, are you following the path as usual?
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh, good. So, you have dealt with literally all of the potential things for random encounters in this area, so you head back, and nothing bad happens! Huzzah! It does take another 2.5 days of walking, though.
At least means I'm fully healed at this point.
Yeah.
Or I'll be right back.
Oh, good. Alright. So, we get back to the city. What is to be done in the city?
We may need to do some research on Yacht here. I think Lynn recharged her wand last time, so we should be doing okay.
She did. So you should be fine in that regard. There we go. Alright. So what was the plan heading back here? Just do some research then?
Yeah, let's focus some time on some research, maybe. And prepping for meeting with Wuxian potentially. Cappy. Is it, we were just discussing what we wanted to do in town.
Lynn is going to go for a long walk by herself at some point.
Get some fresh air.
Yeah. Think about some things.
What are you guys going to try and sell off while you're here? Because I assume that's going to be a big part of it.
Yeah. Lynn, did you want to sell the gems, or were you keeping those?
I'm gonna hold on to those for now.
No worries, just asking. Are we okay selling the lard bardache and the stonework, the masterwork stone plate?
Yes.
Pretty much anything that we're not currently equipping, besides the potions and elixirs.
Alright, I'll let you guys... all that's just sells for stand value here, because nothing is worth so much that no one can buy it. Because you got the advantage of being in, like, a minor trading city. So, there is enough funds coming through. So... what is being sold, then, just so we can work out some values?
Thanks, Lynn. I see you writing.
Well, two things on there. I am assuming that we're keeping the alcohol.
Well, duh. It's alcohol. That gives you power.
I do not care to keep the coral brooch. That is not a shiny I like.
Yep, let's sell that.
Specialized healer satchel. I think we're keeping that one.
Definitely.
That gives the platinum ring. Do we want the jewel to silver dagger?
I do not believe so, no.
Okay.
The fine clothing, I think we could sell too.
I have 5 gallons of plum liquor. Can I sell that?
You can. Making money. It was 2 more days. Did you account for that in your costs / making money?
I didn't actually.
7. There you go. And I have to check up
I'll
how much.
also be buying that from her.
Oh, you.
Friends and family discount?
All right. The plum liqueur we established was worth slightly more because plums aren't common in this region. So gallons, it's worth 5 gold per gallon.
35 gold.
Yeah. Which Athos immediately buys back, yeah.
Did we already sell this stuff on August 23rd? I do not remember.
Good question. I also don't remember.
Let me take a look. No. Wait.
Okay.
You guys have had a income since then, haven't you? Ooh.
Yes, we have. We actually did go to town in between that and where we are now. So I think we did sell that, if I'm being honest.
Yeah.
And then are we selling Harumi's gift or are we keeping it?
That is going to be up to Athos because I can't use it.
Yeah,
And
we'll
I'm
sell it.
Okay. And then I'm assuming that we are keeping the frost helmet thing that I don't remember the name of. The
Mhm.
cow sculpture.
Yeah, it doesn't have a specific name. You can name it if you want. It's just you'll just call it Ice Skull Helmet. Yeah, Frosty Helmet. Yeah, there you go.
And we're keeping it, so I think that's it.
Alrighty. The Barche is slightly more valuable than anticipated because it's really weird and also impractical as a weapon. You recall it is closer to looking like a great axe, as it's got curved blades on each end, which very easy to see your own reflection in. Alright, so it's...
I'm interested in who actually buys it along with the Masterwork stone plate.
Some people on behalf of the guard will go ahead and... Well, guard. The militia will buy the stone plate, because it's armor that's already made, so it works. The glaive is bought as an ornamental piece by a traveling merchant. Sorry, the barge handle glaive. Alright.
Yeah, get it right.
Yeah, I
This
know.
is my sacred weapon we're talking about.
Exactly.
It has
Alright.
religious significance to me.
26 plus 300 plus... Oh god. Who's buying this stone? No one really wants to buy this stone plate, actually. I forgot it was large. God damn it.
No, they could break it down.
They can break it down, get it too. You know what, someone will have to try and do that. Oh god. Its price just went up kind of significantly. 3,750.
Sell it off as a statue.
You could. It'd be worth less as a statue, actually.
Let's sell it for more. That's my idea.
Plus that. Wait, no, it's that. How much was the jeweled silver dagger? I believe it's listed with it. I just don't have it on me.
420, I believe.
All right. Yep. Cool. All in all, that comes out to 3,540 gold and 5 silver.
You did 5 silver.
Yep.
How much is that? 3,500 gold and
Yep.
5 silver?
3,500 gold. 3,540 gold and 5 silver.
All right, that'd be 885 gold 4 ways if you wanted to split it up that way. Throw the 5 silver in the party funds.
Work for me.
Okay.
Cool. Alright. So, selling stuff off takes a little while, but you can still get some research done in before the end of the day. So, what's the plan there?
Plan A is as always, ears of the city.
Very fair, it's a good plan.
And I think of using, not diplomacy, perception. For
Yep.
This one.
Alright, what are you trying to hear about?
I'm listening out for the history of Frostlord Yachtgear.
Alright. You cast your mind out to search amongst the people to see what whispers of the city can tell you of Frostlord Yachtgear. But frightfully little information comes up. The name sees no use in this area, for whatever reason. No one speaks of whoever this individual is.
Okay. Then, he was a frost giant, correct?
He was an
No, he was
icy
an
eye.
Icy. Alright, I am going to listen out for references to Icy Eyes.
Alrighty. Cool. This time, you begin searching the city for word of the Ice Giant. And you do hear some things. You listen about and you hear the tales of terror and tragedy at the hands of the Ice Giant. Terrible monstrosities of creatures that can fell armies all by themselves. They are a destructive menace upon the region, but thankfully, they're only known to be in the far south. So far down that the land becomes coated in a sheet of ice, which forms a wall. You know that the place they are most associated with is a lake in the deep south of Anviselia, past even Paradise Lake.
Okay. I mean, that's interesting. Great White Wall of ice. Interesting. Okay. I get 5 questions, right?
Yep, 1 per cast level.
Okay. Now I am listening out for word of Wuxian.
Alrighty. You begin listening for word of what's happening with Wuxian, but nothing too new comes to mind. You listen out amongst the people, and you hear that some of the bounty hunters have returned home after attempting to capture or find Wuxian. None of them are willing to reveal anything about her location, but you do know that they've at least lived.
Is it implied that they found her?
Seems to be.
Who are these bounty hunters?
Alrighty, so that should give me enough one for that.
Absolutely. Like it. Like to see it.
Alrighty. So, the bounty hunters, there is a pair of them that have been standing out. Supposedly they've already moved on from town, heading off towards Tangjiang. It is a Drakon man and a Felinid woman.
They wouldn't have happened to have heard names for these two, have I?
Yes, there are. I'm just going to double check. I have them in, where are they? Rumor tables. Alrighty. Alright, we have Sung Hun for the Sung Hun for the Felinid, and Kwang the Brave for the Drakon.
Okay, so we had two people, a Drekon man named Huang the Brave, and a Phelan woman named Sung Hun, who have implied to have met Wuxian and left, you said east towards Tanjian?
Yep.
Okay, we just came from that direction. That's annoying. How many days ago or how many hours ago did they leave?
They left about 2 days ago.
Copy that. I don't think we're going to catch up to them, but that is something to think about. All right, last question. Where did those two come into the city from?
Alrighty, go ahead. You hear that many people were talking about them for a brief amount of time. They said they were coming in from the south gate and they purchased a great deal of potions from one of the stores in town.
Copy.
And you're pretty sure the only alchemist in town is owned by Minsu. So, yes.
The only alchemist in town is Minsu?
Yes, you've met him before. Minsu Kazuhiro.
Right. Crazy one.
No one said crazy. What? How could anyone with the store of monster melters and alchemicals be crazy?
Okay. Alright. Alright. Okay, I'm going to relay that information to the team. And I assume Lynn's going on her walk.
Alrighty. Lynn has sent me stuff for the walk. Anyone else doing anything in particular? Athos or Cattell?
I don't have anything particular.
I can join you at the tavern.
Okay.
Yeah, you don't have to do anything specifically. It's fine.
Gonna chill.
Alrighty. Where are you guys gonna go chill?
Which one? Yeah.
Were we staying at the first Oxen Inn or whatever it was? Or first...
Yes, you've been staying at the first Oxen Inn while you've been here. There are other places to drink, though. Like, most of the taverns and inns are separate in this town, but up to you what you want to do.
What are you in the mood for?
Is there like a library or like the historical society around?
The closest thing...
Museum?
There is, tragically few. The closest thing to historical society you have is the church. Cattell, you know from your experience in Visalia that historical sites are fine, but historical museums and libraries tragically don't last long. People have a tendency to get upset about certain parts of Anvaselia's history involving its civil wars and the like. So they kind of just prevent any of that from getting out or becoming well known.
Gotcha.
If you were to head over to the capital, there would likely be some, but not exactly there.
Yeah. Well, I guess I'll hang out in a tavern with Nvidia.
Alrighty. Athos, do you have anything specific you want to do?
I'll have a little chat with the talking cat.
Oh, you're gonna go back and visit? You saved up enough money, have you?
Not enough yet. But if anyone would know about a weird Frosty's skull helmet and Oni, I have a feeling he might.
Alrighty. You head off back to that one place. Alrighty. The old wall barracks. You walk in and the bartender asks, "Here for a drink or another meeting?"
Both.
He nods, hands you over a mug, and says to sit down or wait a minute. He heads off into the back little area. Not actually into the tiny door that you've had to go through before. He comes back about a few minutes later. You should be able to have the meeting in half hour or so.
Thank you.
Get comfortable until then.
I intend to.
He goes off and begins serving to some of the other militia patrons around. Eventually, he seems to walk over to the back and then says that you're welcome to go in.
I shall do so.
You once again get down to crawl into this tiny door and sit in the ridiculously small room. From the other side, the cat seems to emerge once more and takes his position at the table. Just in case anyone forgot.
Perfectly ordinary cat.
Perfectly ordinary cat. Now, have you come for the purchase by chance?
Not unless you accept down payments.
Unfortunately not. We won't be able to guarantee such a thing. But if you would like to pay some in advance, well, can always hold on to the gold.
I think I'll prefer paying in a lump sum.
Understandable. Now, if that is not the case, what have you come for?
Well, I was hoping, perhaps, for any information regarding this and not with the frosty helmet on the table.
It looks of a fine make. Magical for certain. Very cold to the touch. Don't stick your tongue on it, I would suggest.
Thank you for that bit. Have you
Sorry, Kyle.
heard anything about Jacker? Have you heard anything about a Frost Oni called Frost Lord Yanker?
That is some disturbing news if I had. The Oni, as it were, the Ice Yai do not live in this part of the realm. One of the few outsiders that can dwell on this plane without being called. I know precious little of such a creature. But you should stay far, far away from one. Do you believe this was created by one?
Created, no, but it seemed to have something to do with a certain ritual that I came across. and figured it would best be to ask around before, fiddling around with such things.
Well, this seems only to be a catalyst. I wouldn't worry too much about toying with it. But if you'd like a cellar, I can provide.
Well, I don't intend to sell it, but I'm always open to hearing offers at least.
Well, based purely on its nature and the fact of its fine make, I should say I could hand you 1,000 gold or so.
Very tempting, but I'll hold on to it for the time being.
Very well. Do try and avoid summoning any ICI in the city. It would cause endless complications. And plenty
oh no, I
of death.
assure you, messing around with any sort of ritual is the last thing I would do.
Of course. Do I feel like I need to make a sense motive check here?
Go ahead.
Alright. The cat seems to not question this. It just stares at you with your specific wording. It's like, Very well.
Well, I thank you for your time. I may be back in the future.
I look forward to it. Hopefully then we can do some proper business. Yes.
Working on it.
Farewell then. The cat just kind of sits up and begins walking out.
And I will crawl out.
Alrighty. Anything else for you?
Nope.
Alrighty. Cattell, Nvidia. Anything on your drinking?
We haven't had time to talk, just the two of us, in a while.
Yeah, that's true. Not much to talk about, though.
I suppose not. I never really had a chance to ask you what you're trying to, putting it as delicately as possible, get away from, run from.
Good, delicate way of putting it, I suppose. I'm trying to avoid being forced to do something I don't want to do.
Well, that's certainly understandable.
I need funds to do whatever I want, and hence why I'm trying to make money.
What is it that you want to do?
I want to go to Bajordalia.
I think you said something about that before. You want to study the artifacts and the history there, right?
Yeah.
It's definitely a noble passion to have. Is that something that you take a lot of passion in, like history and the academia behind it?
Very much so.
Have you tried talking to Lynn about that?
I mean, I've had some brief asides with her about her homeland, but haven't gotten because she's not particularly well versed in the history overall. She is a little bit more focused on her own. Is it clan or tribe? I don't know what the nomenclature is exactly, but you get what I'm trying to say.
I think she described herself as a princess, so that, denotes a kingdom or queendom of some sort. Just so you don't use the wrong word when talking to her, because that you may want to be careful about the words you choose to use sometimes. And telling someone who theoretically be the heir to a kingdom or queendom and calling it a tribe may seem more condescending than you intend.
I see. Oh, I will have to keep that in mind.
Okay. I do always want to hear more about your past, though. Obviously you came from some money, or you come from like a merchant family or something similar to that?
I mean,
Merchant life.
Yeah.
Okay.
But I mean, I wasn't really involved in making of money.
What do you mean?
I mean, I was focused more on my education.
Of course. I don't know much about the culture that you come from. I just kind of went through very quickly when I was traveling through your country. Helveski, right? Feel free to not answer, but what is it that you don't want to do? Are they trying to have you take over the family business?
In a sense, yes. What they would consider a woman's business to be.
Oh, well. Do I sense a hint of less progressive thinking coming from your family there?
I mean, I don't know if you'd say it's progressive or not. I think it's just the natural way of things. But it's not my way.
Okay.
You said you had a daughter.
Did I actually say that in character?
Might have.
I think I said that to when someone said send lewds, but that's about it.
Did you have a husband and a daughter?
I don't know if you mentioned that specifically in character.
Lenny, take the best notes. Have I mentioned that? I forget.
It was like a joking response to the lewds. It was not
Aha.
serious.
But I'm just trying to think if it was any time before that's been mentioned, and I don't know.
I would have
sent letters.
Yeah.
Yes, I sent letters to
sometime.
family, but never specific about it. There's been no mention of husband or daughter.
Okay, there you go.
Well, shit. You have a family, I take it.
Nice save!
I do, she says, fingering the ring that she wears around her neck.
Did they not want to come with you, or were they not able to?
The journey that I'm taking is more of a personal one that I needed to take for myself, and luckily my family was understanding enough to let me go on it. They are in a safe place right now, although I haven't seen them since I left. I was sending them letters for a little while, but it's been a long time since I've heard from them.
definitely have the same situation, being away from family, missing.
I get the feeling you may not want to hear from your family, though.
I mean, I love my family. I don't want to never hear from them again. I just want to make sure that the things I do hear from them are pleasant and not awful.
Okay. I mean, that makes sense. Well, hopefully, if we ever get the chance to meet your family, I'll have the ability to put them in place.
I have resigned myself to not seeing my family for a long time, so I imagine that chance may never come.
Understandable. Well, after this, I mean, Lynn maybe heading back to Bordalia. We don't know. Maybe that's the next step of our journey after fighting Wuxian.
Perhaps.
The only thing that I need to do specifically in Amvisalia is I do need to go to the Spire.
What's at the Spire?
It's hard to describe. The Spire is sort of the destination that I'm headed towards in its own way. It's a bit of a pilgrimage. I mean, you know that I follow Paradise. And being that the Spire for Paradise is here, well, there's not really a, how should I say, there's not a true order of Inquisitors for Paradise, if that makes any sense. So for me, this pilgrimage is a way to connect with my God in a way that I don't necessarily have the ability to as of yet. If you haven't noticed, I'm a little bit making this up as I go along.
Gotcha. I mean, I am fascinated by the spires myself, so I would be interested in traveling with you to one.
Absolutely. I definitely wouldn't mind having you as a companion, at least until we find Wuxian and make it there. Okay. Alright, and I suppose we could just, drink whatever we were drinking while waiting for the other two to come back from their errands.
What are you drinking?
What have you bought me? It's midday. I would be having tea, probably.
Oh, good. Alrighty. A very nice chat. Thank you, guys. Alrighty. Lynn will be busy for a while yet, but Athos, you know where they ran off to. You're welcome to go join the rest, Cattell and Nvidia, if you'd like. That's something else you prefer to do? Oh, good. Alrighty. Now, is there any minus Lynn conversations you need to have? Should talk her while she's not there? We just had a heavy conversation, man. We have to lighten it up somehow, obviously. But no. Yeah, there's nothing else you guys want to discuss, then can head out and can skip to the point when Lynn returns, and if there's any other discussions you want to have there.
What time does Lynn return?
Probably around sunset.
Yeah.
Okay, it's not bad. Is Balder with you, or has Balder been hanging out?
Balder's been hanging out.
Okay.
chilling with Coronas, the usual.
Best buddies.
Pretending to eat him
Yeah,
lovingly.
exactly. Yeah, everyone is back together. Any information people want to share with one another, you're welcome to.
I'm obviously sharing the information that I got from Ears of the City, referring to the two bounty hunters that apparently found Wuxian and then started heading over to Tanjian. But that was 2 days ago, so catching up to them seems like a moot point at this point. Athos, were you able to glean any information?
I talked to a cat who mentioned that the completing a certain ritual with the frost helmet that we had is a bad idea.
Oh, okay, so we called that, I feel like. Did they happen to mention what the ritual was, or what it did, or just that it was bad?
Just that it's generally a bad idea.
Fair enough. Lynn, were you able to gain any information?
Nothing important.
Well, what's our next step then? Do we want to head over to the south, where we know Wuxian had that pickup point? We still have the cart that has all of the product in it that was supposed to go there.
Yeah, I think that's a good next step.
Is there anything we want to do in preparation for that? We may want to talk to the mayor too and let him know that the east has been calmed down now.
Might as well while we're here. And before we piss them off.
Take credit for it at the very least, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
Alright. And then I guess we could ask him if there's any other areas of need that need to happen before addressing Wuxian. It's sunset. Let's do that in the morning, and then if there's nothing else stopping us, we can head to the south.
Alrighty then. So, if that's the case, alright. Everybody heads off to bed. You pay the usual toll of like a gold piece for the rooms for the evening.
Got it.
Alrighty. So just sorting some out real quick. That you rolled a d10 there.
Wait, what?
Oh, don't worry about it.
Oh, okay.
It's fine. Question nothing.
Got it.
Alrighty. Cool. Alright. Can everybody give me perception checks through the evening?
Oh no.
I'm sure nothing bad will happen. Worry not.
Ooh, I'll take my 30 though.
Yeah, that is pretty good. Alrighty. Athos, you wake in the evening, rubbing your eyes, half asleep. You see Lynn is out of her bed. You don't know what she's doing. Nothing malicious, it seems, but she's just out of her bed. She's like standing right next to you doing something. You don't know what it is. Oh, Nick, you there? Oh.
Hello?
Oh, I can hear you
There
again.
it is.
Sorry, I didn't hear anything from you.
Oh, my apologies. Lynn is doing something right next to you. You don't know what. You just woke up to the sounds of her doing something right next to you. It woke you up.
Well, I'll pretend to be sleeping and keep up. What?
All right. She seems to not do anything to you specifically. Just put something right beside where you're sleeping. Alrighty. Catelli, you notice nothing in the night.
Okay.
NVIDIA. You go ahead and you wake up. And you see Lynn is standing right next to you doing something.
I know I'm not going to be able to fully see what she's doing, but what can I see that she's doing?
It seems like she's just trying to gently place something down next to you, but it seems very unwieldy and awkward to do so.
As quickly as possible, I'm going to grab her by the arm and shout something, just random bullshit. Just like, oh, and like eyes open as wide as possible, like staring directly at her, and then I'm going to pretend to fall back asleep.
Alright, Lynn, you react to that how you want. NVIDIA, roll me perform act.
You're supposed to put on.
Sorry, what?
I was saying roll for perform act.
Oh, perform act. Got it. Okay, my bad. There you go.
Alright, beautiful.
I like sense motive.
Yeah, you can sense motive against the perform act.
Can I bluff instead?
You can bluff the sleeping.
Oh, okay, yeah, there you go. Oh, well.
Fantastic.
What are these goddamn rolls?
I mean, the 7 wasn't too bad. The 2 was bad, though, yeah.
Lynn, you're pretty sure NVIDIA just had some night terrors?
Not out of character.
Oh, goodness.
As NVIDIA kind of like flops back down, Lynn is gonna kind of just like gently rub her cheek and be like, everything's fine. And then resume what she was doing.
You'll hear Nvidia will roll over and then like mumble under her breath, Athos hurt you too.
Alrighty. In the morning, everyone wakes up, and there are things sitting next to them.
Is everybody in the room?
That's a good question. Is everyone in the room?
Yes.
Alright.
Okay, that's good. Just making sure.
Alright, there you go. Yeah, plus you were a little hard to
Athos
see.
acts incredibly surprised.
He could never have seen such a thing coming. Alrighty.
None of us knew this was happening.
None of-
I guess.
Supposed to.
That's okay.
Then we just had... There's a -10 penalty applied. Everyone rolled really well.
Except for me.
Except for you with your double nat ones. Oh, the savagery.
Yeah, and then I think both me and Athos both rolled a 19.
Yeah, but when Cattell rolled low and and Color rolled a nat 20 against that one, so you know.
Alright.
So everyone should have something in their hidden chats. Give it a quick little read.
Nvidia is going to get up and give Lynn I think this is the first time Nvidia's actually touched anybody in the party, but we'll give Lynn a big hug.
Lynn, you have been hugged. How do you respond?
I appreciate you.
Your heart crumbles.
Yeah, Lynn, like, looks back, a very big, tight hug, but then just, like, sits down and kind of stares at the floor like she's ashamed of herself.
Oh,
It's feeling
no.
really awkward for the things that she's done.
Quickly blush
Well,
and
I
run
don't know
out
about
the
any of that.
Oh boy. If anyone wants clarification on any of the stuff that was given, I can go ahead and grab it for you.
I would love some clarification. Although I do greatly appreciate the reference in mine.
Hope you would. I was like, I want to add a special touch to the weapon, but what would I even do?
I am surprised you're able to find someone who knew Infernal, but yeah, I'll take it.
Don't worry about it. It just involves her doing the engraving. Yep. Well, if everyone wants to, we can let everyone. Everyone can ruminate upon their gifts over the coming week and figure out how you're going to pay her back.
right?
Oh god.
Mm-hmm.
You're gonna get so many hugs, it's gonna be too adorable, you're gonna suffer. It's beautiful.
Suffer with the wholesomeness.
Why did I do nice things?
You fool!
This is what you get. You did a nice thing, and now you're gonna have to suffer the wholesomeness that follows.
Oh no.
Oh, goodness.
As far as I'm aware, nothing's happened to me, so I'm all wholesome and happy.
Yeah, Ben loves NVIDIA.
Aw.
Alright then. I hope everyone enjoyed themselves today and all of the good things that actually got to happen this session.
Yeah.
Only a mild amount of terror involved, but that's separate. We ignore that bit.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Alrighty. Yep. Hope you guys all had a good time, and we'll see you next week, hopefully. Hopefully
Yeah,
not random interruptions.
I have a pretty regular schedule now, so I should be here same time as always now.
Cool.
I am starting a new job on the 25th. My hours are the exact same, so I should still be fine to have session, but I don't know. I'm going to be working in a clinic now, so I might be really exhausted. We'll see.
We'll see.
Hey, buddies. Kind of.
Yeah.
And I should have no more complications in the near future.
Unless people randomly get sick again. But, you know.
Yeah.
Not what you can do to predict that.
We have about, what is it, 11 days, and then the next deadline for CAS will be there upon us.
Yay!
Thanks for reminding me.
Just doing the regular duties that are required. Alright, everyone. So I'll see everyone next week then.
See everyone next week.
Alright, have a good
Thank
time,
you for the
guys.
See you guys.
Bye.
Good night. Bye.
Nope, almost forgot. Thank you for anyone who did tune in, and the one person who did follow me. thank you very much. I hope you enjoyed watching this. And it should be going on next week. Alright. Have a good one, guys. Bye.